Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Marcus from Machine City Audio, and today I just want to show you a little bit about my mixing process, specifically the drums. This is a drum loop that I put together, and I just want to show you some of the processing that is on my drum bus. So what I'm going to do is start with all the processing I have bypassed and briefly walk you through the plugins and how I use them and why I use the plugins that I'm using. All right, so before I get into the drum bus processing, the first thing that I like to add on the inserts, the first inserts of my tracks, is a plugin from Sonimus, and it's called the Britson channel, and it's like running your audio through a console, gives you that analog flavor to it. So I add that. That's one of the first things I add. All right, and then normally after that, I will add some tape from a tape plugin. So, and my tape plugin of choice is the Magnetite from Black Rooster Audio. This is a great plugin, great company, and they make some great stuff, so check those guys out. All right, so the reason I like to use tape on my drums is because if you use the 15 nips, it gives the drums a nice bump, and it just gives them a nice warmth, and it makes them just sound good, you know, basically. That's why I use it. All right, so we're gonna do a little before and after. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like without the tape, and then we're gonna add the tape in. All right, so as you can see, it gave the drums a nice lift. It gave that kick a little more hit to it, and it just made the drum sounds a little better. It's not doing anything too drastic, and that's fine because I didn't want it to be so drastic. All right, so now keep in mind, this is before I added any EQing, any high pass filters or anything like that. So I know the kick may sound like it's a little wonky, so that brings me to my next plugin. All right, so let me close this out. And for the next plugin, we have the BX Console E from Plugin Alliance and Brainworks. Okay, so the reason that I went with the BX Console E, I wanted to clean the drums up and tighten them up a little bit more. All right, and I felt like this does a good job of that. And it does a really great job on the kick, and I like the overall sound that the E gives me. All right, so what I'm doing is just basically I'm doing high pass filtering in there. I'm not going too heavy on the compression. I'm probably doing about 6 dB of compression, but I'm also mixing in the compression. So it's about 80%. It's not all the way to 100. All right, I'm not using any gate or any expanders or anything like that. I am doing a couple cuts, and I'm actually doing no boost. It's just all cuts on here. All right, so we're gonna do a little before and after. And the next plugin is the BX Subsynth, another Plugin Alliance Brainworks plugin. And I don't know if you know too much about this plugin, but man, this thing is great. This thing is great on drums. And the reason I like to use this on drums is because you can still spread the signal and get a stereo width, but also keep your kick mono. So you know, you don't have to worry about that spreading into the sides. And so that's great. And it also gives you a nice clean low end, a nice clean, tight, punchy kick. So that is why I love using this. All right, so let's do a little before and after. Let's bring up the Transgressor. I love the Transgressor. Like, if you can see my face right now, I'm smiling because I love the Transgressor. Like, I've been using it ever since I got this plugin, and it's a great plugin. All right, and just a little bit about the Transgressor if you don't know, and it's from Boz Digital Labs. Shout out to Boz Digital Labs. All right, so what the transgressor is basically a transient shaper, but you can control the transient and the sustain separate from each other. So this is great for if you have loop drums like me and you work with a lot of loop drums and create your own loops, because you can get in there and if the kick is too loud, you can mess around with the kick, get that the way you want it. You can also bring the snares up more. So the way I use this is I wanted to tighten the kick just a little more, but I wanted to bring the claps and the rim shots up more. So that's exactly what I use this for, all right? So we're gonna do a little before and after. Let's check it out. All right, so the transgressor is definitely a great plugin. I can't stress that enough. Check that out. All right, and that brings me to my last plugin in this chain. And this is a new one for me. This is actually a new company that I discovered probably about, I don't know, I'd say a month or so ago. And they're called Hofa. And they make some great stuff. This is the first plugin that I got from these guys. And this is the IQ Comp. This is a great compressor and you can use it in numerous ways, and I'm not going to go over super details about this. I think it sounds great in parallel. So that is how I use it. I use this in parallel. All right, so what I'm going to do is bypass this and let you hear the before and after, and I'm using this in parallel. All right, so now I'm going to play the drums with all the processing bypassed and engaged. Now, I'm sorry that I got to go through and bypass it one by one, but if I bypass the Brits on channel, then that will also give like a huge volume drop. So I don't want that to affect how you're hearing the processing. All right, so bear with me. All right, check it out. All right, so that is all I have for you today, and I plan on doing more mixed videos like this, so please let me know if this is something you guys are interested in, and I will keep doing them. I plan on doing them anyway, but hopefully you'll watch them. All right, so I still will do reviews as well, so you'll still get those videos too. All right, so once again, I am Marcus with Machine City Audio. Thanks for watching. Peace until next time.